Hi, Silvia.
Hello, how are you, Omkari? Bless you.
Bless you. Very good to see you. Very good to talk today regarding your course, Deep Chant, an immersion into the potential of sound, which is coming up at Shivananda, Bahamas, June 3rd to 7th. It's an immersive workshop experience with you and Jeff, multi-instrumentalist.
Josh.
Yeah, yes, Josh. Wait, I'm thinking of his last name, Josh Jeff, right? Yes, Josh Jeff. Yes, excellent.
Yeah, he basically plays many instruments, but he's going to accompany me on tabla and an African instrument called guni.
Oh,
Guni.
um, and so getting started today, we're just going to talk a little bit about the course to let the students who are interested know what the course is about, what you're about, what they're going to learn, and why they should take the course. So my first question was, what is the Deep Chant course? Tell me what a typical day during the course would look like for a student.
Well, first I have to say that I've been teaching at the ashram for more than 15 years now, and I kind of part of the faculty that they invite every year, except for the time that we couldn't go anywhere, the last 2.5 years that we were with this particular contingency of COVID. But I feel like the ashram is part of the yoga of the voice, which is where I'm going to deliver those days, and will be 4 hours a day solid. And students will have some practices during the day that they can do when they are not in class. So we are going to meet for 4 hours in the afternoons according to Eastern time. And what the deep chant means that is based on two fountains, two sources. One is the philosophy of Nada Yoga, which is about bringing sound and consciousness as one piece of experience. So the sound and consciousness and breath and all the materiality or the corporeal aspects of sound get combined with attention, awareness, and release. Release tension, release pain, release concerns, just through connecting sound with practice of Nada Yoga. And that actually activates expanded consciousness states. So we get a little bit more, less personal and more transpersonal with sound, and we feel that we are connected with a higher source. Some people prefer to say sacred chant, but I like to think that it's really coming from Nada Yoga. The other source is what we call cultivating the voice, or vocal cultures, or vocal cultivation. I'm a vocal culturist, and people can read my website or my about myself and my website voxmundiproject.com, and know more about my very extended experience with Indian classical music and Western music. So basically, we have this aspect, which is we use the voice as a medium to communicate with all the connections that the voice can have to open the different centers of energy, clears energy, voice as development of this particular instrument that breathes and needs some minimal movement and posture. And because it's yoga and everything I do is connected with the systematic approach of yoga, what we do every day, we have a systematic approach to the voice culture or the voice development and the voice, experience, opening the voice, freeing the voice. And then we have these teachers that accompany us, which are in the sense that all the teachers that I have, that I transmit through Nara Yoga, Drupad singing, Raga singing, so many practices. So there's a book called Free Your Voice that it's kind of the Bible of what I do. And we do part of that, I will combine the chapters of that book, but we give some kind of direct experience and of the voice as a medium to express creativity, to express devotion, to express wisdom. And I was saying that the voice becomes a window to a new world for each person. That they discover that the voice, oh, my voice is not my voice. My voice is an instrument. It's a musical instrument. And because we have the accompaniment of the drums and the beautiful different instruments that I also play, so we are going to make music together. So the first hour is meditation, kind of vocal meditation. The second hour will go into what I call the melodic matrix, all the possibilities to access and to deliver melody. And that is very systematic as well, because it's the yoga of melody. Then we get raga singing, very clearly, very open, very in tune. And then the most we get here is making music together and having a teacher listening, which is something that everybody wants. Everybody that comes to my classes for 40 years wants to express themselves, wants to have what to sing, the repertoire development, the kind of music that opens the channels and multiplies connections, and making the music, feeling that we are playing. Because as adults, the only way that we play is by making art.
I love that. That sounds beautiful. So in your opinion, who should take this course and why?
I'm coming from yoga. I'm from a very ancient yoga, which is Hatha yoga, Nara yoga, Bhakti yoga, Shwara yoga from Divine Swami Shivananda. So it's really for everybody. I am a musician full-time, I got a Grammy nomination, so I am a composer. But at the same time, I learned from very early age and through my divine teachers that you can read on my bio, the greatest teachers in the planet of this kind of yoga of sound, that I learned that this is for everybody. Music is for everybody. It's not just for musicians. Then you decide, I'm going to give people windows, channels, portals. They decide, I want to do more of this or more of that. But everybody gets lighter. Everybody gets involved. Everybody gets more engaged with the power of melody and sound.
So for someone who is not a musician, what are some practical reasons for them to take this course? How would this impact their personal or everyday life?
First is giving them a practice that they can choose and select to do every day, and opens the voice and makes them people happier, joyful, renewal, which is what we need after 2 years and a half of being confined. So we need renewal, we need openness, we need to expand the chest. This practice will give you that sense of joy, rejoinest.
Excellent.
And also, it's a spiritual practice. It's yoga. I mean, it's whatever you know about yoga, you can apply to the yoga of the voice. We use the whole body of the voice in a very yogic, systematic approach. The lips, the jaw, the way that we open, the sound, the way that we become vertical, we call it the vertical dimension, the way we move the fingers for every note. Everything is asana, being present in the body, the breath, and the mind. And everything is about mindfulness, meaning being present in the now. So 4 days or more of being present in the night in the ashram where bhakti is given as flowers. So it's a transformative experience.
What is one of your most moving teaching experiences that you've had during this course, since you have done this course several times and several times the ashram?
It's hard to answer this question because I've been doing this for 40 years. And in my system of Sahaj, I don't choose what is better or what is not better.
So, one of the a moving experience, not necessarily the most,
No, because that's when we enter in this thing, what is better, and that's when people are not doing things because the doubt is not a good thing for us to rewind. So everything rewinds to the brain. Everything it has to be meaningful. The brain has the capacity to rewind itself to meaning, to renewal, to refreshment. So basically, what I like the most of this work is when people start crying because they get the rush, the goosebumps, I'm free again. The mantra of this work is first feel free.
beautiful.
And don't, when we start, I cannot, the I is not there because we are in yoga time.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
not this or that. We are in non-duality thinking. We are in non-duality body. So we just do the practices, and I have a lineage to follow. I'm not doing anything completely contemporary. My teachers are completely coming at any sound, any touch of the sound that I do, every melody. My teachers are dictating me, especially because they pass away. So many of my teachers pass away. So you kind of embody that sense of giving. So, and that's what I like to offer too. I love when people start being more generative and generous about music.
So to finish up as a last question, what are three things that most people would find surprising to know about sound?
That sound can be the most joyful experience that you can have if it's the right sound at the right time. That you can do a practice without being a musician and feel that you have a musical life, and that you can co-create with your own self by doing vocal meditations and sound meditations, and have a repertoire of practices that connect you with inner work.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Silvia.
Also, we need to remark that the ashram is a space, and we are working in a particular space, even if you are online, because this class is mostly online. So some hybrid, in the sense that some people will be in person, but it's online, meaning that we can expand the connections to all over the world and be there together. And there's nothing more powerful than being every day together and having a teacher listening to you every day for
I
5 days, and that is the great. Is the guru. The guru. It's kind of a form of co-creation with the source. So that continuity of doing it every day at the same time, and getting more and more advanced. It's very, very, I would say, an asset of this class, that we can be together for 4 days every day at the same time. It really aligns your mind and your auditory perception more than once a week or a weekend. So this is kind of a perfect timing for people to kind of restart
Yes.
the engine of joyfulness.
Yes, I completely agree. And thank you for mentioning that. Yes, the course is offered both virtually online, so anyone can take it from the comfort of their own home and have that full immersive experience. And also for the brave and courageous, they can hop on a flight. Brave and courageous just because the course is coming up. But on June 3rd, June 3rd to June 7th, they can also take the course on site. But either way, the experience will be absolutely wonderful and fully immersive. And as you said, have the great benefit of guru, teacher, which gives this sense of complete co-creation and guidance that I think all of us are really seeking in today's time.
And another thing I wanted to add is the possibility of having a connection with a source, great teachings that we are transmitting,
Yes.
because that makes us very rich
Yes.
as everything we do, the secret agenda of these classes, these musics, these yogas is the secret agenda is also and always to reach the spiritual core, the
Yes.
spiritual insight that liberates us from all pain and all conditions. So what we are doing is a spiritual practice.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Sylvia, for making the time today. I know you're super busy, and I really appreciate the time. And we can't wait to have you at the ashram very, very soon for the course.
I can't wait to be there. It's home for me. I hope everybody comes. I hope people from all over the world comes, and just and we can co-create and make divine music together. Thank you, Omkari, for being there. I know it was very hard to find the time, but we find the time, and
Okay.
I highly appreciate if more people find the time to become a yogini of music.
Om Namah Shivaya.